You want to get married?
That's what I said.
To me?
I don't see anyone else in the room.
Okay, very funny, Jack. Oh, imagine us married.
I'm not joking.
Where's the ring?
I don't have one.
Oh, well, you can't get engaged without a rock.
Work with me here. I'm trying to be a little spontaneous. I would think you, of all people, would appreciate that.
This is just out of the blue,
It's not out of the blue.
Jack.
I love you. You love me. Hell, we're like a married couple already.
We haven't even been together that long.
I've had time enough to know that I want to spend the rest of my life making you happy.
I have to think about, I gotta think about this.
No. No.
No.
Now, sometimes you have to think about things. Sometimes you just have to act. We want this. We're ready for this. What are we waiting for?
Hi.
Well, hi, Colleen.
Ah, there's my little beauty. So, honey, how was your day?
Fine.
You know, I called Miss Martinez and she couldn't find you.
I went for a walk.
Well, good, good. I'm glad you got out. You know, there are a lot of really nice kids in this neighborhood, and before long, you are going to make some new friends.
What are you reading?
Nothing.
Colleen, listen to me. Now, I know that this is a very, very difficult time for you, but we are all here for you, and we want to make things easier. So you just ask, okay?
Thanks, Grandpa.
Okay.
So, gang, what's on the agenda for tonight?
Why don't we all go to a movie?
There's nothing I want to see.
Oh, you know what? I have a great idea. Why don't we go for a swim? How about that?
That is a terrific idea. If I remember, you are quite a fish.
Look, I know you're all trying to be nice, but you don't have to babysit me. I'm not a little kid.
We know that, Colleen. I just thought you might like to see my double backflip with a twist cannonball.
It's really a belly flop.
Just a cannonball. Anyway, it's pretty impressive if I do say so myself.
Okay.
Great. Why don't you run upstairs and change, and I'll meet you by the pool. Well, go team.
No, Brad, no. No, that was your victory. You handled her just right.
This minimum annual figure.
Oh, nobody expects to make that. That's just some numbers we have to put in there. As I said earlier, if you're willing to work hard, see more patients in a day, you'll earn a very good living.
I already earn a very good living.
You mentioned you had a need for some additional income.
I'm about to begin a very expensive lawsuit with my ex-husband concerning visitation with my son.
Oh, yes, and lawyers can really gouge you.
True. But Nate, my son, he's growing up, and I want a better life for him.
Well, that's admirable.
Yeah. And expensive.
So you're wondering about the bottom line.
It's just that, once I sign this contract, it means I'm on board, and these payout percentages.
What is there a problem?
It's just that I can't possibly see enough patients in a day to do better than I'm doing now. I mean, is there any way to improve on this substantially?
Stopping by, Keith. Can I get you anything? Coffee?
No, thanks. I assume this is about Tricia.
Yeah, I spoke with her psychiatrist. She seemed pleased with Tricia's progress. Figured I could get a first-hand report from you. How's she doing?
Much better. In fact, the transformation is remarkable.
Good, that's good news.
Yes, it is. For Tricia and for you.
Which brings me to the other reason I wanted to see you.
You're anxious to finalize your divorce.
Well, I realize it's just a formality at this point.
Look, Ryan, you and I both know that this marriage has been over for a long time now. You've been patient long enough. You have a right to get on with your own life.
Glad we did this your way. I mean, if I had asked Tricia to sign those papers before she was ready,
Yeah, could have set her back.
yeah. But, things have worked out as you hoped.
Yep, I'm sure my daughter is on her way back to me.
I've been thinking about our last session.
Anything in particular?
What you said about learning to let go, not dwelling on things I can't control. I've realized I do that a lot.
What are you going to do about it?
Make a change.
You've made great strides, Tricia.
Do you really think so?
You see something in your life you're not happy with, you dedicate yourself to improving. Could you have done that when you first arrived here?
No, I suppose not.
It's important to recognize how far you've come. Use it as motivation.
That's what I'm trying to do.
But you won't be able to move forward until you've faced your past. Otherwise, it'll always be there, holding you back.
But I have faced my past.
Not completely. There are doors you sealed off because you're afraid of what you'll find if you open them.
You mean Tony's death?
Trust me, by the end of the day, Ryan's marriage should be over.
He's confident she'll sign the papers?
Yeah, when he had a talk with Trisha's doctor, it seems like she's ready to move on with her life.
And what if she's not?
And there are other options. Don't worry. Ryan has assured me that no matter what, this divorce is going through, whether Trisha wants it to or not.
Well, I really hope you're right, sis.
So, did Dad show up at the barbecue?
Yeah, for a little while.
I thought he might. How did things go?
Well, things definitely seemed less tense between the two of them, but it was a holiday. They may have just called a truce.
That's Armistice Day.
Whatever. I just wish this thing with Larry Wharton would just blow over.
You know, Mother was thinking of getting him a job someplace else.
Yeah, I heard.
How would you feel about that?
It's fine with me. Might be the best move for everyone.
Mr. Silvestri, hello.
Your secretary told me I could find you here. Thank you for agreeing to meet with me.
Yes. What did you want to discuss? You weren't very specific on the phone.
Well, I've gotten some calls from Larry, and I just wondered if you could fill me in on what's been going on around here.
Why don't you have a seat? What has he said?
Well, there was an episode with a Mr. Carlton about a missing letter.
Yeah. That was just a misunderstanding. It got straightened out, but not until after tempers flared.
Well, Larry regrets how he handled it. He was on his way to apologize when he overheard a conversation between you and Mr. Carlton.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So it's true, you are thinking of terminating his employment.
Perhaps it might be better if he worked elsewhere.
You mean another department of Javoux?
No, I mean another company entirely. I have connections at Chancellor Industries. It might work out better for him over there.
I see.
Would that be a problem?
Oh, I'm afraid it could be. The judge and the DA granted his probation conditionally. If there's an indication that Larry isn't holding up his end of the deal, it could be trouble.
When were you planning to visit Tricia?
Well, I wanted to go see her now and get her signature on those divorce papers.
Well, if you don't mind, I'd like to go along with you.
Are you afraid she'll react badly?
No, I just want to be there in case she needs some extra support.
It's probably a good idea.
You know, Ryan, I feel so guilty with everything Tricia's been through. Why didn't I see this coming?
Come on, Keith, listen to me. There is no such thing as a perfect parent. I have screwed up many times as a father, but the important thing is my son knows I am doing my best.
I hope Tricia feels the same way about me.
She does. She loves you very much. Just be there for her. Focus on helping her get well.
I can't help noticing the irony in this.
What, the two of us having this conversation?
Mm-hmm. For years, I didn't think you were good enough for my daughter. Well, I had it wrong. No man was more worthy than you. I'm sorry I misjudged you. No matter what happens, I wish you the best.
Same to you.
We should go.
Yeah.
I assure you, Dr. Winters, if you sign on with Lawson Medical, we'll make it worth your while.
Could you be more specific?
Oh, excuse me. I'm going to have to take this. Is there a place I could have more privacy?
Why don't you stay here? I'll wait in my office.
Hello. Yes.
Am I going too fast? I don't think so. He's suspicious. No, he's just trying to stay as little as possible. Look, Olivia, you're doing fine. I want you to just take it slow and don't let him off the hook. Just keep everything up. You're doing a great job. All right.
Dr. Winters.
Finished?
Please excuse the interruption. Now, where were we?
I think you were telling me how rich I could get working for Lawson Medical.
Do you still think about that night?
All the time.
When you look back, what do you recall?
I remember getting in my car, putting it in reverse. Hearing that horrible noise and seeing Tony lying on the ground. Realizing what I had done.
Police determined it was an accident.
I'm not sure I believe that. I know how much I hated that man. I was consumed by it. When I got in my car that night, I was frantic. I was just trying to stop him from marrying my sister. At that moment, I might have been capable of anything.
Even murder.
That was the lowest point in my life. I thought I had hit rock bottom. And then I met
Go ahead, say it.
Matt Clark. There I said it. There was never any Carter Mills.
I know this is painful, Trisha, but we need to deal with the truth.
Reality, yeah. I know, I understand.
So, you were terribly confused, and in the beginning, this man was your lifeline.
That was all part of his plan, you know, to lure me in and then make me become dependent on him. And then he showed his true colors. Made me feel like I was nothing. That's why I wanted to end it all. More than once.
But you're not in that place anymore.
Thanks to you.
Don't thank me. This is your recovery, Trisha. I'm just here to guide you along the path.
And you have. And I am so grateful for everything you've done for me. You know, I know that it could take the rest of my life to find peace. But thanks to the counseling and the medication that I've received here, this is gonna sound really silly.
Try me.
I almost feel reborn.
Did Victoria tell you about the reason for this meeting?
No, but I'm very curious.
Perhaps I should fill you in. How's the manufacturing complex coming along?
Well, I've been doing a lot of other things, so I haven't been able to devote as much time as I'd like to it.
Maybe you need a partner.
Okay, who?
Someone very bright, very resourceful, proven track record. And her name is in the building.
Victoria?
Don't sound so surprised.
Just kidding. Yeah, that'd be cool working with her.
That was settled quickly. So, I've got to tell you that as your dad, nothing would make me happier than to see that the two of you accomplish more than I have been able to achieve. That would make me very, very happy.
You're saying the judge might rescind Larry's probation?
In the court's eyes, Larry would seem problematic. You're trying to get rid of him.
Yeah, but even if I recommended him for another job?
I can't tell you how to handle this. It's your call. I just thought you should know all the facts. Well, thank you for your time. I'll let you get back to work.
Thank you.
Leo,
Hello, Larry.
what's going on?
Call me later.
Come in, Mr. Warden.
Why was my probation officer here?
He came by to speak on your behalf.
Did it do any good?
He clarified some things.
Yeah? Like what?
Well, we discussed what would happen if you didn't work here anymore. I suggested finding you a job elsewhere, but apparently that's not going to fly with the judge.
I guess that answers my next question. You've made your decision. You don't want me around.
Sweetheart, you seen Colleen?
Yeah, she went upstairs to change out of her suit.
How was the water?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Colleen had a smile on her face. She must have had a good time.
I think she did.
By the way, I heard that Mackenzie's going to be on camera this summer.
Yeah, she is. Which should make your little brother very happy. I don't think the same can be said about Brittany.
Yeah, I can't imagine why she wants to do that. Spend the summer with Billy and his new girlfriend.
I don't know. It should bring a lot of attention our way.
I hope so. We need the boost in sales.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen the latest numbers. Brash and Sassy's still riding high.
Getting higher.
You have your friend Phyllis to thank for that. She's doing a great job, which I'm sure pleases you no end.
She's everywhere. She works for the competition. She sleeps with my brother. She lives in our family home. Aren't you the one that said that she was just a flash in the pan, a little fling?
Yeah, I think that was me. This has definitely gone on longer than I predicted. But I still say it's just a flash in the pan. I say it's just a matter of time before Jack becomes immune to her charms and realizes he can't make a long-term commitment to someone so flaky.
I'm talking from the heart here.
I'm not questioning your sincerity.
And just my sanity?
Since when have you been so gung-ho about marriage?
Make it sound like a death sentence. I'm asking you to walk down the aisle, not walk down the plank.
Jack, aren't you worried about what it's going to do to us?
What's really going on here?
Just the whole idea of holy matrimony freaks me out.
All because of one bad experience.
Very, very bad experience, Jack. I was already married.
You haven't been married to me.
What about your family?
My family will eventually come around.
After they had me tarred and feathered.
Is that what you're worried about? You're worried how the Abbotts are going to react? I have an answer for that, too.
What?
We don't let them in on it.
What? Jack,
Yes, we have to tell them eventually, I know, but we don't have to announce right away. Give you more time to work your magic. Believe me, they will fall in love with you just the way I did. Well, not exactly the way I did.
I don't...
I know you're frightened. I know you're scared. I'll be standing right next to you.
Listen,
Just say yes. I know you want to say yes. Just say it. You'll make me the happiest.
Yeah. Stop it. Stop it. God, you made your pitch, okay? Back off.
Well, I would say that the future looks very promising for our family in all sorts of ways.
What does she mean by that?
Oh, just kind of thinking out loud.
Hmm.
You know what? We should get going. We're gonna miss our dinner reservation.
Where shall we go to eat together?
Yeah. You know what, though? Why don't you go on ahead? I have a few loose ends that I need to tie
Sweetheart,
up
just
here.
wait for you.
That's okay. You go ahead. I'll catch up to you later.
Your sister just told me to get lost. Goodbye.
Told you she's stubborn. See you, Dad.
I'll see you two later on, okay?
Uh-huh.
All right, what was that all about?
What?
Oh, the future looks promising in all kinds of ways. It's about Mom and Dad, why don't you just admit it? What are you up to? I know that look all too well.
Let's just say that there's something special in store for Dad at dinner. And it's not on the menu.
As I told Mr. Silvestri, I'm still exploring my options.
Well, it seems to me you've only got two. Either I stay on and work here, or I'll probably get sent back to prison.
Well, you're taking this a lot better than I thought you would.
I've got nothing to complain about. This job has been a great gig for me while it's lasted, especially considering the kind of guy I am.
What do you mean?
Face it, I'm a high school dropout. And I'm working here with all these movers and shakers. Heck, even the guys down in the mailroom went to college. So for me, this place is it's like a whole other world. And I got to be a part of that for a little while. And believe it or not, that really made me feel good. but I understand you got to do what you got to do. So, I'll see you around.
Wait a minute. Wait! You're trying to make me feel guilty?
No, ma'am. You can believe whatever you want, especially if it helps keep me from going back to the joint. But I did good work for you. I held up my end of the bargain. And if you ask me, that ought to be enough.
You know what? You're right. You're right. This is my problem, not yours. Which means my options are down to one.
I didn't say you'd get rich. I just said you'd do well.
Right.
Well, do you have any more questions?
Yes. I mean, this payment schedule, I'm not seeing the kind of
Dr.
percentages
Winters,
that I
you
could
have
live with.
nothing to worry about.
You keep telling me
Now, you're
that.
exactly the right physician for us. You're experienced, which means you're less likely to cause costly mistakes. It also means you've been in the trenches, which makes you less likely to be idealistic.
I assure you, I'm a pragmatist.
You believe people are asking for more medical care than they're prepared to pay for.
It puts doctors like me and insurers like you in an impossible position.
Well, I wouldn't say impossible, just difficult. But there are ways around the inequities of the system.
Tell me more.
Well, as a contract provider, you'd be given a list of those specialists that are affiliated with us, and naturally, we want you to refer your patients to those doctors.
And?
We demonstrate our appreciation.
Now we're talking. What else?
Well, we have arrangements with certain large drug companies. Now, we'd never ask you to harm your patients in any way, but there is money available to doctors who prescribe certain name brand medications.
Mr. Ingersoll, I mean, this is all very well and good, but I need something more concrete.
Doctor, one of our biggest expenses is due to testing. And as you know, there are more tests available now than ever before. We need some way to control the expense of this explosion of technology.
Mm-hmm. Like patients who come in with a hangnail, demanding an MRI and genetic profiling.
Exactly. And as a doctor, you are the frontline defense we have against those abuses. And for that, we're prepared to pay.
Ash, trust me, there is no way Jack's relationship with Phyllis can last. She can't commit. Certainly not for the long term.
Long term or short, one fact remains. Phyllis is still living in this house, and that concerns me.
You sound serious.
Yeah, I don't think it's appropriate for Colleen to be living here. No, I think she's better off to stay with you two.
This has to do with Phyllis.
Yes.
Well, are you worried that she'll be a bad influence? Because as much as I dislike her, I think she will watch herself around Colleen.
No, it's not that.
Well, what is it, Dad?
Oh, honey, it's the same thing that bothered me since that woman moved in this house. Jack and she are not married, and they're sharing a bed.
Well, I thought you'd come to terms with that.
No, I never endorsed it, and I made my objections very clear. But before, I was only concerned about what influence it would have on Billy.
And now you're concerned about Colleen.
Well, yeah, she's much younger, she's more impressionable. It's not a good environment for her. And particularly because she's going to be staying here for a while.
Talk to Tracy?
No.
Look, John, I certainly respect your opinion, but I think there's something else you need to consider.
What?
Well, this is Colleen's home away from home. Whenever she's coming to town, this is where she stayed. Considering what she's going through, I don't think she needs any more disruptions in her life.
Well, that is a good point, Brad. Maybe for the time being, she should stay on here. But just to be safe, I am going to talk to Phyllis and remind her that there is a young girl living in this house and that I will not tolerate her provocative behavior.
Dad, why don't you just put your foot down and Jack and Phyllis can go get their own place?
Oh, Ash, I've considered it. But you know how much it means to me to have Jack living here, and, well, Phyllis seems to make him happy.
Happy and Phyllis go together like lemon juice and a paper cut.
Listen, I'm not trying to throw your proposal in your face.
What are you trying to do, Phyllis?
I'm trying to absorb this. Marriage is a huge step. Why do we have to rush into this?
So you need me to back off, is that it?
I need you to let me have time to think.
I can't.
Why not?
Because every time I look at your beautiful face, I imagine what it would be like to fall asleep with you every night.
You have that.
Not officially, I don't. Not on paper. Phyllis, I want it forever.
You don't know what you're getting yourself into.
I don't care.
Marriage changes people.
I don't care.
I can already hear what people are going
Oh, and
to
I
say.
really don't care what people are going to think or say. You make me happy. You make me feel good.
Oh, God, marriage is so risky, Jack.
Yes, it is. There's a risk. Honey, this is life. This isn't a dress rehearsal. It's the only shot we've got. And yes, there is some risk. What would be the point if there wasn't?
I have to go.
That's not an answer.
I cannot give you an answer
Phyllis,
right now.
Phyllis, take the plunge. Take it with me.
Why do we need a piece of paper to tell us how we feel
This
about
is
each
more than
other?
a piece of paper, and you know it. Or you wouldn't be so afraid. Hey, do you love me or don't you?
Don't joke with me, Jack. You know I love you. I love you so much. That's why I have reservations about this. Does that make sense?
Not really. Look, here's what I think.
You're prepared to pay? How?
Well, simple. You just bill us for any number of things.
Such as?
A consultation, writing a protocol, attending a meeting or a conference.
And then what happens?
We'll reimburse you for your cost. Or we'll issue you a check for services rendered to the parent company.
Then all I have to do is...
Keep your expenses down.
You don't mean ignore symptoms.
No, don't say that.
But that is what you're saying. Fewer tests?
Fewer tests only if there's justification.
How much justification?
Well, we leave that up to our doctors to determine where to draw the line.
So the lower I draw the line, the bigger my bonus check.
Seems only fair, doesn't it? We just want to stay in business. And understand, Doctor, this conversation never took place.
Of course. And I hope you'll understand that I don't sign anything unless I sleep on it.
That's only fair.
I'll be in touch with you with my answer.
Dr. Winters, we really want you on board.
I don't foresee any problems.
Excellent. I'll expect your call.
You heard? Yes. Is that it? That's it.
you doing here?
I could ask you the same thing.
I'm having a dinner date with our daughter.
That's strange.
Why?
So am I.
I'm glad your outlook has improved, Tricia. Though I disagree with one thing you said.
What?
I don't believe it will take the rest of your life to find peace. That can happen quite soon, as long as you're willing to work for it. Yes, Marcia? One moment. Your father and Ryan are here. Do you want to see them?
Yeah, yes.
Send them in.
Hello, sweetheart.
Dad.
Oh. Mm.
Ryan, it's good to see you.
You too, Trish.
She looks terrific, doesn't she?
Dad.
Mom's right. You look great.
How have you been? How's Philip?
Good. Good. He's fine. He's in LA, spending time with Nina.
Well, tell him I said hello.
I will. There's another reason I'm here. Now that you're feeling so much better, I think there's a matter we need to resolve.
Our divorce.
Are you okay talking about this?
We need to clear the air.
We do.
Dr. Burns said that it's important that I talk about how I feel. When I think about our marriage ending, it makes me feel sad. I wasn't a good wife, and I know that. And there were so many times that I could have done the right thing, and I didn't. And the right thing to do now is to let you go. So that's what I'm gonna do. Do you have something for me to sign? Well, I guess this really does mean I'm moving on, huh?
Yeah, we both are.
It was a big step, Tricia. You should be very proud of yourself.
I am. And I know what my next step is going to be to get out of here.
Oh, sweetheart. I can hardly wait to have you home. And it won't be long before I know you're ready.
No, Dad, you don't understand. I am ready. I'm going to check myself out of the hospital today.
Join us again for The Young and the Restless.